Our film begins with a woman named Susie, who is preparing dinner with the maid because a friend of her daughter is coming to visit them, and we see her daughter Nicole, her friend Devin, and Susie when she learns that Devin has arrived, so she goes to meet him, and we see Susie's husband, Louis, at dinner, talking to each other, and the conversation is long, and Nicole says that she is leaving the house. She lives with Devin, but Susie gets angry and tells her, "No, you will not leave the house unless you are married." Because of this, they have a quarrel over food, and the next day, Susie goes to her daughter. She tries to apologize to her for what happened yesterday and tells her that she is her only daughter and tries to understand her, but Nicole understands the matter and goes to the living room and sits with her stepfather, Louis, and Louis tells her that your mother she is right, and she tries to understand her because it is not good that she is living with a stranger in a house alone, and she tells him that Devin is tempting and loves her and she loves him, but he gets angry and asks her to think. In the next matter, Devin goes to have lunch with them, and her mother tells him that we will turn over a new page and forget what happened yesterday, and that Nicole will not leave the house unless she is married, but Devin, he does not accept the idea of marriage, and because of this, a quarrel occurs between them again, and Louis offers to live with them in the house. This offer makes Louis very angry, and he refuses to live with them. A stranger is in the house, and Nicole becomes sad and leaves the place, and Louis goes after her and tries to guide her, and Nicole sees that Louis is very close to her, so she turns away from him and leaves, and the next day Devin returns home and hears Louis talking about Nicole's relationship, and Devin becomes fanatical and tells them that he does not come between them because he is her stepfather and he has no right to say what he thinks about Louis. He gets angry with him and asks him to stay away from her. Nicole arrives and stalks them and tells them that she wants Devin to live with them in their house or for me to live with him in his house. Louis gets angry and tells her how. A stranger lives with us, and she tells him that for a while, and he leaves because the relationship will not last long. At Nicole Devin's birthday party, he is with her, and everyone congratulates her on this occasion and the guys. They turn on the music and dance, but the adults go up to the second floor, and then Susie starts dancing and singing because she's unconscious from the drink, and she sees Devin in front of her and hugs him. Then she pulls him and dances with him, and the two of them press close together, and there is touching between them. But Louis leads him and dances with her, and Devin goes down to the first floor, and at night it turns off. The electricity and Devin try to fix it because he understands electricity, and the problem comes from the company itself. Then Susie goes to her daughter's room to check on her and accidentally opens the room door. She sees her daughter and Devin together and apologizes and leaves. The next day, her daughter asks about Devin and she tells her that he went out to meet his friends, but Louis asks them that Devin is leaving, but Susie. She asks him to stop talking because Devin has become part of the family and they are together, and Nicole and Devin are playing with each other. Louis disrespects Devin, and because of this happens. They have a quarrel, and Susie tries to apologize to Devin for what happened, but he gets angry and shouts at her, telling her that you were the one who asked for me to come live with you, even if Louis preferred to deal with me. So, she will leave the house and Devin will get angry and go outside, and Susie will enter her room and imagine Devin close to her, and Louis will go to Nicole's room and turn on music and dance with her because he doesn't know how to congratulate her on her birthday and tries to dance and get close to her in a strange way, but Nicole understands what is going to happen and leaves, but he pulls her and asks her not to be afraid and tells her to consider it. Her lover, Devin, is very close to her, and she remains silent so that no one can hear her. The next day, Susie tells Louis that Devin has come back from yesterday, and she is worried about him, but he tells her don't be afraid, this is the behavior of teenagers. On the other hand, she is upset about what happened and her situation is difficult because she is afraid that her lover will find out what happened and she is afraid to tell her mother about what happened. This happened because of this, she did not concentrate on the swimming lesson. Then Devin comes home and Susie asks him where you have been. He tells her that there is no privacy at home. Here Susie tells him that she was worried about him and was trying to understand him, that she had begun to consider him as if he were her son, but he told her that she was not like his mother, and then Devin tried to talk to Nicole to find out what her money was, but she leaves the place angrily, and we see Louis at home, and Nicole decides to tell her mother, but when she sees Louis, she retreats and leaves the place, and then she goes to Devin and tells him what happened. Devin gets angry and goes to take a gun from his house and goes to Susie's house, and Susie comes out of the bathroom and Devin points a gun at him and says, "How dare you attack Nicole and Louis?" It is impossible to believe someone who is a liar like her when the gun is empty, and because of this Louis seizes the opportunity and tries to get rid of it, and suddenly Nicole reaches over and takes it away from him while he tells him then, "You tried to do something again," and show the police the camera recording you pointing your gun at him and saying to Nicole, "If you really love him, take him with you so you don't report to the police." The car tells Lincoln that he will go back to living in his house because it is impossible to live with someone like Lewis and that you do not have to live with someone like him. It is one house and Nicole is crying. She runs in the street, and when she returns home, she finds the house empty, so she asks the maid about her mother, and the maid tells her that your mother put on her most beautiful clothes and went to Devon's house, and here Nicole says it. She prepares lunch because Lewis is coming back from work, and we learn at that time that she left Devon and preferred her mother, Lewis, and her mother to be at Devon's house, and we learn that this is Nicole's plan. From the beginning, she brings her mother closer to Devon so that she can be alone with Lewis, and this is where our film ends. If you like the movie, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and like the video, and I will show you the next movie. See you.